What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel, keeping you up to date on all the latest WWE 2K22 news and updates. And in today's video, we're going to be discussing a certain report in which, once again, right before the release of the next WWE game, WWE decides to make some big changes, kinda screwing over WWE 2K. As if all of that doesn't get fixed, the game might end up feeling outdated by the time it comes out. Before we get into it though, make sure that you guys elbow drop it and hit those notifications to continue being up to date on all the latest coverage for WWE 2K22. And of course, if you want even more WWE 2K videos, consider checking out the second channel. This week, we ended up getting an interesting report that could ultimately affect WWE 2K22 and the main arenas that we're going to be using in that game, Monday Night Raw and SmackDown. This latest reports indicate that WWE wants brand new sets for Monday Night Raw and SmackDown when the WWE Universe returns to arenas this summer. This is basically adding to the previous reports that we got over the last couple of weeks, indicating that around the middle of July, WWE is looking to bring back the live audience to arenas. So they want to make things feel a bit different and have a brand new vibe to it. So the easiest way to do it is, of course, to change the set and basically leave the ThunderDome era behind. With this report coming out, many in the community are now wondering if we're actually going to be getting this updated version of the ThunderDome in WWE 2K22. Because if we don't, then it's gonna be extra outdated. Right now, what we got to see on the trailer is the ThunderDome version pre-WrestleMania this year, because the one they have right now, post-WrestleMania, it's already a bit different. And I was hoping that this post-WrestleMania build was the one that stays, so that 2K have a bit more time to work on. But now, it doesn't even matter, because in 2 months from now, much like the reports indicate, WWE will probably change it up and make it look much more different. We have seen big changes like this ultimately not make it by the release date of the game, meaning that by default and in that launch date, it ends up being outdated. This basically emphasizes even more why it is so important for WWE to introduce this certain live service model that has been teased and regular updates for the game that we have all been asking for. If these brand new versions of SmackDown and Monday Night Raw don't make it, I would love for 2K to at least give us an extra update later down the road, a couple of weeks or a month after the release of the game, that puts everything into place and that officially releases a big update, updating things as much as possible. Besides the arena, obviously we would love to see some of the superstars being updated, whether it is from hair changes, significant attire changes, or even personality. We've seen a lot of superstars that turn heel 1 or 2 months before the release of the game, and by the time the game is out, obviously they are still babyface. And as I mentioned before, this is basically WWE screwing over WWE 2K, because it does happen a lot of time, and even if it is a small change like a different hairstyle and so on, 2K still needs approval, the different rights and so on to be able to update just that simple thing. The big hope that I do have over here though is that hopefully it's one of those situations like The Fiend. The Fiend was introduced at SummerSlam of the year WWE 2K22 released, and surprisingly enough, with just those 2 months of extra work, they managed to include him in there. So however they managed to do that, to get it approved, to master his entrance and do everything else that was required, I hope that they're also able to get everything else as updated as possible. Especially give us these brand new versions of Raw and SmackDown whenever they get introduced. With all of this being said though, let's not forget about the great community creation. It had a rocky start for WWE 2K20, which is why I want things to be as updated as possible, just in case that the same thing happens, in case that things are not working the way that they're supposed to work when we're downloading something. Anyways guys, let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. What else would you like to see fully updated, or what brand new things and community creations would you like to see? If you enjoyed or found this informative, don't forget to elbow drop it and hit those notifications to continue being up to date. I'll catch you on the next one, so stay savage.